kind of mad. Load.
So let's...
Fires in their hearts.
There we are.
Nope.
Yay.
Mute.
Okay.
That's a pretty picture, Millie.
It's not mine. I wish it was mine.
Really?
I wish it was. It would be great.
For fuck's sake, I have a phone call. Hold on.
Oh.
Okay.
Mute.
Professional.
What is this ad?
It's a Millie. I see the Millie.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, Zachwood's here.
Hey, yeah.
Funny.
Oh no, where's my
My sword.
Sword.
sword? Oh, I know where it is. Okay,
Verd. I don't want to watch Crave TV. Go away. There.
Okay, listening to that double is horrible. But
Do you
not
think
needed.
Druid? That's not how you spell Druid.
Okay, I told them I
Druid.
Druid.
okie dokie.
Tiefling-
Hell yeah.
Okay, and you also have Martin playing 2 characters.
Really?
Wait, what?
Look at the stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn. Oh damn! I closed Photoshop as well. Oopsie.
What?
Hang on, I can fix it.
Wait. What? Do you need me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can do it. Real quick.
Now I can control Resh.
Oh my god. He was rushed down.
Hang on, I can fix that. It's just part of the thing. I just didn't even bother. I was like, yeah, it's fine. Open recent. Oh no. Come on. This one. Ah, no. Rush. No. Rush, no. Druid.
Panels.
Former. Chaotic good. Constant deception.
Time to see some pro D&D.
This is pro D&D. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm a professional at Dungeons and Dorks.
Dungeons and Dicks.
Dungeons and Dicks.
Hey.
It's my kind of game. No, but I changed it. Kitty. Yes. Okay.
Yes?
Good. No. I was changing the name. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas the green.
Oh, what a fancy background we've got this time.
Yeah, I actually like put
Right.
some effort into it. It's great. I mean, I didn't make the background. I should make that clear. Okay. This should just update. Yeah, there we go. Sick. What time is it? 2 minutes.
Wait.
Oh, I should inform people that we...
Yeah. Someone blog so I can re-blog you.
Hang on, let me
I'm too lazy to do this.
You're so lazy, Martin.
I'm just gonna keep refreshing my dashboard until one of you does it.
The laziest.
Wow. Hang on, what if I...
This is like HUD management.
Yeah, it is.
Quite often.
Should I have everyone on? Like, at the same
Yeah.
time? Yeah, that makes more sense.
You should just have the green circle.
Yeah, hang on. This should be better. It's hard because I don't get to test it unless everyone's on the server. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. And I can make it actually, you know what? Whee! Oh no, I broke it. No, that was stupid. Okay. What is alignment?
Oh.
There we go.
Design is my passion.
Fucking. Graphic design is my passion. I'm so glad that you noticed. Hang on.
Oh, I think tiefling is spelled IE. I don't know if it matters.
It is.
Ah!
Rude is that spelled
Druid.
Right, fucking
Oh my
save
god,
this.
Millie.
Right, you fucking.
It's
This
close.
one.
Close enough.
I'm so good.
To be honest,
I do.
I'm surprised you spelt our names correctly at the bottom of this point.
Right, now you've said it.
Uh,
No, I can't be bothered.
provoked the DM.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have sustained my wrath.
The DM will remember this.
Oh man. Okay. Right. 6 o'clock. Are we all the? Wait. What? Hang on. Where's Sunny muted?
Sunny?
I'm eating.
Right. Hal's not allowed to play anymore.
Okay, but it's fresh pancakes and bacon, so fuck both of you.
Oh, yeah. That's totally fair.
I understand this. Where's my D20? There it is. Okay. I have to
I'm
use my
ready to
green
go.
dice because we're in a garden. Okay. Right. Who wants to do the recap?
I can do it.
Yeah.
Got lost.
We got left.
I mean, you're not wrong.
After the villagers in the town of I don't remember vanished, we went to the. I don't remember really. I'm sorry. We went to the Urban Druid Society and we turned on the lights, went inside, poked around. Everyone had vanished. There hadn't been a sale or anything in a week. There was dust. They're just not good. Not a good feeling. We went out into the forest of the Druid Stones, where Morthel went a little bit loopy and tried to. We don't know what because I stopped him. But he was trying to run into the Druid Stones. Resh solved the puzzle by using a druidic touch on the rock. It opened a portal that brought us into an ethereal garden. We are probably not on the home plane. We don't know where we are. Some tree ladies tried to kill us. And then we came to a camp where Pane began drinking tea. The rest of us started resting. When Morth tried to burn through the hedges that have been guiding us through the realm, they basically went, no, and backed away from him. But he was not able to burn through them. And we have taken a long rest in this idyllic garden that I don't trust.
Yeah. So, you took a rest in this sort of corner, secluded corner of this garden, surrounded by bushes, with a sort of canopy atop of you. There's a sort of a tea set on this this marble table, and some chairs, and a sort of slightly made roof. I don't really know what I'm trying to say there. There's a roof made of flowers and leaves and shit. And you all sat down and during your long rest had some talking to do. So one of the sort of couple of one of the couple that we had talking were Pani and Resh. So what did you guys talk about?
This is where I have to find. What did we talk?
Okay, so from what I was aware of, Resh tried to ask a little bit about Pane's background and didn't really get much of a response. So
Oh yeah.
instead,
Resh came.
it turned around.
Yeah, Resh just came out and said like. Resh was just like, "How did you end up wandering?" Yeah. And Pane was a bit cagey. Resh we met in the army, and that was about it.
Okay.
Out of Pane. And then Pane just started sort of interrogating Resh about druid magic and how it works, and trying to figure out why it's different from hers, because she's a bit annoyed that she couldn't. She wasn't able to open up the portal to get us here. And so she's trying to find out why, because she doesn't like not being able to do things.
I mean, fair enough. And the other two were Halid and Morth.
Well, Hal, being a soldier, a career soldier, was pretty interested in Morth's shield and sword technique, or the Warhammer technique.
Warhammer.
So yeah, so that's what he would have tried to like talk to him about, like, oh, where did you pick that up? Do you train on any specific schools? Like, he's trying to figure out, does this guy know how to use the shield, or is he just like figuring it out? He's like, I put it in front of me and they can't hit me.
Yeah. Well, Hal didn't really have any proper teaching, and that's probably a little obvious when he starts. I assume they end up like sparring a bit.
Yeah, they would probably have ended up just like friendly sparring just a little bit, which is hard because Hal doesn't have a shield.
Is Hal stood there and said, "Hit me," and then you did.
No, it would have been more like, okay, well, like they stand next to each other, and then like Hal like shows them the footwork. It's like you got it almost right, but make sure you're not putting all your weight on this leg.
And then
try to spread it out a little bit more. So just like pointers and stuff, and then after about like half an hour of that, okay, now hit me.
Yeah, I don't think Morth would have too much control, so it would come down kind of hard.
That's okay. Like, Hal would be checking like his balance. Like, does he, when he comes out from behind the shield to attack, does he just like fling his shield arm way out here and like just so that would be what Hal's approach would be. Would just be like, hey, martial technique, I know this. And then it's up to Morth if he wanted to like take that conversation any further, or just be like, hey, my arm hurts now, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay then, right, so you all leveled up, last session, so you got some shiny brand new HPs. You have restored all of them, which is nice. You haven't got any more items yet, because you are in a garden, strangely cut off from the rest of the world. However, so you came into this sort of alcove and there were bushes sort of each side of the entrance, and you can see just out, so there was only one entrance in, you can see just out the way you came now, and you are, free to explore the garden.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done eating now. Sorry, it was really good.
Yeah.
All right, so we were in our corner. If I walk out of the corner into the new location, does anything open up, or is it still that 5 by something walkway?
Yeah, it's just hedge. That the same sort of walkway. You killed the dryads like just around the corner, and you can. It's not a very long walk before you get there. So if you sort of walk out, what you see is ahead of you is another, like directly ahead of you is just another hedge. To the left of you is where you, no, to the right of you is where you came from. I really need to change this map. Hang on, let me rotate it. Cool, now I can do directions. And then to the left of you, you can see the path goes on further.
I check back with my party and then sort of indicate the left. We ready to go?
Yeah. Let's go get
Yeah. Let's head off.
Okie smoky. So you sort of walk to the left and you are given another sort of crossroads again. There's another path off to your left, another to your right where you can see more hedges, or directly in front of you there's a little gate in between some more hedges. And it's pretty overgrown, so you can't actually see what's in it. But the sort of vines that wrap around the gate are sort of greyish green, like they don't look particularly healthy, and the thorns look very, very green, like unnaturally green, almost the same kind of green that you've been encountering this entire adventure.
Ooh, I think we should head that way.
I check with the druid. Is it safe to touch?
The druid who's equally as clueless.
Okay, then I will roll an Arcana check.
Yeah, you can roll Arcana or Perception.
We could all roll. Yeah.
I roll the. I rolled a.
20.
Yay!
Doing her.
Okay, so as you walk towards this gate, the vines themselves actually just sort of start to retract. You see them actually like pulling the gate open themselves as they pull back into this hedge. And there wasn't anything particularly malicious about them, but you can tell that they are controlled by another entity.
I draw my battle axe and war pick, and I go ahead of him. Does the door swing shut if I'm in front of him, or?
No, you just sort of move in.
And then can I do a perception check through the gate, like as I'm walking through it?
Yeah,
around?
go for it. Give me a perception check.
I get it too.
You see the gate, and you see some stuff beyond the gate. There is definitely more hedge there.
Okay,
I
well, I'm
just
behind
keep
him,
walking.
so I'll roll a
Keep
perception
walking.
too.
Okay, so this is all as you're sort of walking in, I guess.
Yeah, we're brute forcing this apparently.
Okay.
Hey, I turned the lights on in the druid place, so.
Brute forcing has got us this far, it'll see us through.
My asshole cat is trying to destroy everything. I rolled a 14.
Does that?
You rolled a 14? Okay, so as you're walking through the gate, you see that actually it's a kind of enclosed place. The hedges go all the way around, and at the sort of back of this space, it's a good sort of 40 foot by 30, and it's sort of longer the way you're facing. There is a shrine, and it's another little sort of podium with a roof on it, and the roof is sort of emerald green, the same kind of green that was on the thorns, and there's a tiny little statue in there.
Oh, look at the druid!
Yeah,
Well, I roll
the
again.
last one
to
didn't
see-
work, you can do this.
I give it a thumbs up.
Just throw the druid at it. I rolled, a 16.
A 16, and this is looking at the statue?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go up to the sort of podium where the statue is, and as soon as you get halfway there, you start to hear a rustling in the hedges.
I'm ready.
And because you rolled, because you heard the rustling, they don't get a surprise round. So it is time to roll initiative as
Oh.
Yay!
15 sprites
Oh my god.
No, really?
Oh,
flop out of the hedges.
I'm not
Okay.
ready.
Oh dear.
Hang on, where did this go? Hang on.
Oh, you can't be worse than 9, Lottie.
Oh, I don't know, I think it can be.
I'm gonna separate these guys into groups of 5 so I don't have to roll initiative 15 fucking times.
Please don't.
Sensible.
Let me get to that. Let me get to this. I'm glad I brought this whiteboard. Ugh.
I rolled a 9.
I rolled a 5.
That's not bad.
My
Oh,
initiative
10.
is 4.
I've yet
Yeah!
to I've yet
Is
to do
that
the
4,
pixies.
5,
so
9, and 10?
wow. Right. Okay. Let's see what the pixies do. 1. So there we go. There's a 1.
Yay!
That's
Incredible.
not great either.
We're all rolling terribly.
No one goes.
Yeah, they just give up and they go away.
We all just sit around twiddling our thumbs.
Okay,
This is
so
gonna be
no
like-
one got above 10.
Excellent.
Let's say the first.
Right, anyone
That's
anyone
ridiculous.
around 5 to 10, who got 5 to 10?
5.
I did. 9.
Okay, so 9, 10, and 5. Hang on. So who was 10? It was Morph.
Me.
9 was Kitty.
Kill it with fire.
Hal. Charlie?
I got a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly. Right, so I need... Oh god, now I have to do 15 of these.
I thought you weren't going to do 15.
I did do.
Oh.
There are 15 of them. They're all going in groups of 5.
5.
So remember that they might not even hit you. So,
Okay.
you know, that's the sort of thing. Okay, so the first group of pixies is somewhat faster than the rest of you, who all seem too taken by the fact that you're still in this garden, apparently. And they all try and land a hit on Hal, the first one in. I have to beat. Okay, let's see if I. Hang on, Hal, what's your
16.
AC? It was 12, is it?
16.
16. I don't know why I've put 12 there. Anyway, 16.
That's passive perception.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm reading the wrong bit.
Shield is AC.
My bad! Right, okay.
I'm not a 12 AC. I'm kind of tank.
I know, right? It's really bad. So that's 1. Well, only one of those pixies hits. So,
Nice.
they,
Sweet.
she sort of darts forward, and she's very, very small, and she manages to get her fey-sized longsword just underneath sort of part of your armor and gives you a scratch.
Hey, fuck you.
And she does. Ooh.
That's a lot of damage.
5 damage.
Ow.
Fucking god.
What kind of scratch was that?
That could have killed if all 5 of them had hit. Oh, shit.
But she tries to dart away quickly, and
Oh,
you
do I-
get an
do I
attack of
get a-
opportunity.
Yes. Oh, wait. Where's my sheet? Plus what? I attack with my battle axe. 12 to hit. I get a 18 to hit.
That definitely hits, yeah.
Dead. 1d8 plus 2, so 4 damage.
4 damage. As you smack her with your battle axe, she sort of falls down very quickly. Her wings stop working, and she lies there dead on the floor.
Good.
The next player is Morph.
So these are
Only 14
stealth?
more to go.
They are.
Do I know what language these things would speak?
Give me a wisdom check.
Halios, they scream. They speak death by fire.
9.
A 9. Well, they're Fae, so you can imagine that they probably speak Sylvan.
Okay. I also speak Sylvan.
Okay. What do you want to say to them?
Why are you attacking us?
Give me. Okay, so you sort of ask, why are you attacking us? And they don't reply. Give me a perception check, Morph.
Cool. Ooh. 19.
19. They have the same green eyes that a lot of your opponents have had. They do not seem present at the moment.
Great. Well, I start swinging.
Okay, give me a roll to hit.
I think that's 15.
Yeah, that
15.
hits.
Okay. Oh, hang on. So that's 9.
Oh, yeah. So, what are you attacking with? Your Warhammer?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you swing with your Warhammer, you attack the group that attacked you guys first. And as you bring it down, you actually manage to get 2 of the sprites at the same time. And they, as your Warhammer smacks down on the ground, as you lift it up, there are 2 very squashed sprites there.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, Resh, it's your go.
I'm gonna burn one of my abilities and attack again. Since
Okay,
there
yeah,
are
go for
15
it.
of these things.
Good. 12 now.
That's 19.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
6.
Yeah, so you get one more sprite as you lift it up and swing it backwards. You get one that was trying to sneak up behind you, and she just goes.
Nice. I'm
Okay,
done.
Resh, it's your go.
Oh, he just feels awful about all of this. Oh, I wonder... If he were to attempt to cast Charm Person on one of these, could he attempt to break whatever influence they're under?
You know what? Give it.
Because they're a humanoid.
Yeah, give me
Even
a
if
roll.
they're very small.
Give me a persuasion check plus your spell DC, and then burn one of your spell slots.
Okay. Persuasion plus... Does this even have a... It does not, I just have to do the persuasion roll. Okay. Need to go see what my persuasion modifier is. That is a 16 plus persuasion plus 3, 19?
19. Okay, so you target the group with only one sprite left in it, and you cast a very powerful charm spell. And as it hits this sprite, you can tell there's a lot of resistance. And what Resh does is he gets closer to this sprite as she looks very, very confused. And eventually he manages to sort of catch her in his hand. And she doesn't fight it at all. And as your skin contacts hers, you can feel your charm spell getting a lot stronger. And it takes a little bit, not too long because we're still in combat, but after about 10 seconds, it actually works. She sits in your hand a little bit dazed, but she looks at you and says, "Hello? What are you doing in my garden?"
Oh. Okay, I'm now like very attached to this tiny little and Ash is also very attached. Okay. So I tell her, we're here because we think something is wrong, and your friend started attacking us.
Oh no. And she turns around and sees the rest of her sort of clan buzzing about and darting with their weapons out, and she sort of yells at them and goes, "Guys, no!" And she tries to call out to them, but realizes very quickly that they aren't responding. And she sort of turns to you with panic in her eyes and going, "Please, you have to help them."
Oh no!
Wait. So Resh used Charm Person or Dispel Magic?
Charm Person.
Charm Person.
That's gonna wear off in an hour.
But at least for now, we have a source of information we did not.
True.
have
Oh no. Hal doesn't know this, so finish the fight. He didn't know shit about
Others
magic.
are still gonna kill us.
And she actually looks around and she sees a couple of her clan like dead on the floor, and she's like, they attacked you first, didn't they?"
Mm-hmm.
They
She
did.
looks very distraught, but sort of nods
Oh.
understandably.
Oh dear.
She's not particularly happy about this. After that,
dear.
it's Hal's go.
Excellent.
Oh god.
So we've killed one group. Okay, so 4 are dead. Mine is, and Kitty. Resh has one in his hand.
Yeah. So
So the next
you have essentially banished that group because you've got
The first group.
rid of them. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to attack. What's the second group? Which one is closest to us, or is anything attacking Patty?
So the second group and the first and second group haven't had a chance to have an attack yet. It was just that third group.
Oh right, that was my. Sorry, I had an attack of opportunity. Which one's closest to Pane?
Group. They're actually, because Pane was actually near the back. They're not. They're closer to sort of you and Morph.
Okay, I get the one because there was that one fairy that tried to go behind Morph. So whichever one is.
Oh, that was
Morph
the
is
same.
not facing.
That was the same sort of group. That was in the same.
Okay,
group,
whatever's closest to me.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
2 plus 4 does not. 6 does not beat their AC.
It does not. No.
Okay. Bonus action 9 plus 4. 13. Does that hit?
No, it does not hit.
Wow. Okay. I swing wildly at a group of fairies.
Yeah, and they sort of they sort of burst out as a group as your sort of axe goes right down. They just sort of swing away, and they are not harmed.
Yeah, I figured.
But it's their turn now, and they come after. Actually, they come after Resh because they see that he has one of them, kind of thing, and they haven't noticed that she's not under the influence anymore. So let's have a look.
Wait, so the group that I attacked is doing that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I get an attack of opportunity because they're leaving my?
So you didn't necessarily. You didn't engage with them because you missed.
Oh, okay.
So they sort of maneuvered out the way, and now they're going to attack Resh. So no.
Cool, I get it.
No. Yes. No. No. Hang on, I haven't been. Okay. So this time, 2 of these sprites managed to hit Resh, and they sort of come flying at you, and as you sort of put your arm up around your sort of face, they glance your arm as they hit, and they do 3 plus. So that is 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah. And as they do this, the sprite that you have sort of looks up at them, and she goes, This isn't my clan anymore. I don't recognize them. And she takes a while, but she sort of turns to you and she goes, You have to. You're gonna have to. And she can't say it.
Oh.
She can't say, but you all understand that unless you were to charm every single one of them, and even then,
Which
she can. You can try, but she can feel like that it's the connection to your magic clearing her mind right now. She sort of goes, if there wasn't 2 conflicting magics, I don't think I could think as it is pretty hard, but I think they're too far gone. And she says, please let them free. And it's Hannah's turn.
Oh dear. Well, how far away am I from? Are the 2 remaining groups near each other, or
there are 2 sort of on opposite sides. So one's on the left, one's on the right. The one on the left is sort of on yours and Resh's side. The one on the right is on Hal's and Morth's.
Okay. Then I'm going to take the group closest to me, and I am going to use Burning Hands. So that is a 5-meter cone. I'm going to direct it away from the party members. And they need to make a dexterity saving throw against my DC,
Okay,
which is 14.
Yeah, that's cool. Right, let's give that a go. Hang on. Okay, so... Ooh, one of them rolls a nat 20.
Damn it.
Rip.
Okay, so you actually managed to get 4 of them in that group.
Okay.
So roll your
Brilliant.
damage.
So I roll 4d6. And then the remaining, and then the one that rolled the nat 20 takes half damage.
Okay, yeah.
So let me find some more d6s because I didn't think this far ahead.
Wow.
There we go. Oh, okay. So that is 15 damage. So then the one that rolled the nat 20 would take, brain not working, would take...
That's fine. 7.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Sure.
A BA I have. So you incinerate every single one of that group. And the weird thing is that they don't react. There is no yelling, there's no screaming. They just take it, and then they're gone. Resh, you can hear the sprite now on your shoulder, sort of crying, and she's sort of sobbing a little bit.
No.
And as you, can you speak Sylvan?
I cannot.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So you hear her muttering something underneath her breath. And if you could speak Sylvan, you'd know it was a prayer of departure.
Oh.
Well, Morse can.
I speak
You're more-
Sylvan.
You're not
Yeah.
close enough.
So, Morth, you did speak at a full volume when you spoke in Sylvan, yeah?
Yeah, I asked them why you're attacking us.
Okay,
and they
so
then proceeded to attack us.
okay, so there's one right there on Resh's shoulder.
Okay, and then it's the last group of pixies' turn, and
Oh wait, there's still. Oh, I thought we were done. Okay, never
no,
mind.
there's one more group, and
Never
they're
mind.
gonna go after Morph because they're closest to you. Okay, so 2 of those hit, and they do 6 damage. As
Okay.
one of them comes racing at you, and the other one takes a face-sized short bow and gets you just in the neck, and it feels like a dart, but only because the arrows are so small. There isn't anything on there.
Good.
And yeah, that is their turn, so it's now your turn, Morph.
Right. I can't really do much else. So I'm just gonna take another swing into a group.
Go for it.
18.
Does hit, yeah.
Ooh, 13 damage.
Okay. So you take another sprite down, and yep, poof goes your warhammer. Splat goes the fairy. And it's Resh's turn. Kitty?
Oops, I got muted.
Oh. It's your turn.
Stupid mic. Okay, so I'm going to, I suppose, attempt to cast Entangle on the remaining ones to help everyone else. Yeah, I will do that. They have to roll a save against 13.
Okay, so I have to make a Constitution or Strength?
Strength.
Oh, hang on. Ah, stop rolling off the table. Okay, one of them doesn't get entangled.
Okay.
And then it's Hal's go.
Cool. 2 attacks into that group of, So, 22 hits.
Yep.
Offhand. 12?
Yeah, no, actually.
Okay, so the first one, D8. 4 damage.
Yep, she's gone.
So there's how many left? There should be
3.
3 left?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. That's my, I mean, I could action surge, but I don't really want to. I figure we'll fight something more bigger than this.
So with that, the pixies scatter, and they, sprites even, they scatter and, they all take different shots. So they sort of move out and then they point, their bows at, Pane, Morph, and Resh, and Pane's one hits. Morph one's surprisingly hits. But Hal's doesn't. And
Oh, you did attack me. Okay.
yeah, so all 3 of them are attacking with their bows. They only do so. 2 of them hit. So Morph and Pane, you get hit. Could you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Okay, because they attacked the half-elves, I shout, racist!
Wait, how much damage, sorry?
It only does 1 damage.
It's the save.
Okay.
It does 1 damage, but I need you to save.
Oh.
14.
14? Yeah, you're alright.
Yeah.
What sort of save is it?
Constitution.
Okay. No, that is a 7.
As the dart sort of hits you, you brush it off, but only a second later you feel dizzy and short of breath,
dear.
and you are poisoned.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay, but it is your turn now.
It is my turn. And
Magic missile!
Yeah, that's a good shout.
I'm going to firebolt the one who darted me.
Okay, yep, go for it.
So, yeah. Ooh, that is an 18.
Yep.
Brilliant. So 1d10. That is an 8.
Mm-hmm. That one that darted you? Gone.
Yup. Cool. Fucker.
And it's now Morph's turn.
How many left?
2.
2.
Okay. I keep swinging.
Mm-hmm. Make
It
an
will
attack roll.
eventually. 12.
No, it
Nope.
does not hit, I'm afraid. Resh, your go.
Okay. I keep forgetting how long each turn is.
6
in terms of
seconds.
6 seconds.
Oh, then I'm
Yes.
still holding Entanglement.
So you can do you can cast something else or do something else as long as it doesn't break your concentration. So you just can't cast another spell with concentration.
Oh, okay.
You
Then
can apply for a cantrip.
Or I would even just swing my friggin' at it.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
smack it out. Guy, why not?
They got like 3 HP.
Yeah. So, I rolled to hit it with my
Mhm.
staff. And...
Plus
Oh,
strength.
damn it. Oh. Well, first it's to see if it hits, right? I rolled a
Yeah,
7.
yeah. No,
Well,
no,
you
but
get
yours
advantage
is
because
D20.
you're entangled. The last 2 are entangled.
Oh, that's
Wait,
right.
there was
Okay.
advantage? Oh. Oh, well. Never
Okay,
mind.
so plus my strength, which is only +1. So that would, what, be an 8?
Oh, what? You both rolled. Both of them rolled low. Did both of them roll low?
What was
Oh,
your highest
I
cat?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh.
The other one was... Oh, the other one was a 19.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Yeah, so roll for damage.
And... And double strength. Doesn't have my weapon on here.
Club is D6.
Yeah.
Plus strength.
6, strength, oh, 7.
Yeah, that
Oh, wow.
gets the last one.
Yeah.
We have one more left now, and it's Hal's turn.
What do you think I'm going to... Is it entangled?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, fuck. 10 doesn't hit.
No, it
That's
does
an
not.
advantage. Bonus action. 19. There
Does
we go. My war pick just hits these things so much better than the axe. Now, Millie, do they have 3 HP?
They have 2.
They have 2? Okay, I kill them. I kill it because my, what is it? My strength mod that I add to
Yeah.
is +2, so
Yeah, so there we go.
I can't get less than 3.
And so you brutally yeah, how do you want to do this?
I get her through the gut.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's not morbid.
Ugh.
So you like brutally half
It's a pick.
you half this sprite. If you could choose the way to be halved, it would be the way that you'd least want to be halved.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm just like kind of covering the sprite's eyes just so she doesn't have to see that.
And yeah, so you are out of initiative now, and through your carnage, you can see that these bodies have actually started to disintegrate.
They're returning to the live stream.
And this tiny sprite that sits on your shoulder, Resh, she looks devastated, but not surprised. She sort of turns to you and says, I couldn't reach their minds at all. Like, they were blank. I don't think that was my clan. Or
Are they speaking common or Sylvan?
she's actually speaking common.
Okay, cool.
Because she sort of sees some adventurers and thinks, you know, not all of them are going to be speaking Sylvan. And she says, I think they might have been dead before this. I think I don't know. I might be dead. And she sort of pats herself down and checks herself over. And she sort of turns to you and she goes, do you know if I'm dead or not?
I look at the cleric. Is it dead?
Is
dead to
it
me.
dead?
Give me a religion check.
Okay. Not much. Religion. 9.
9. Okay.
18 religion check.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no. 17, sorry.
17. So, Morph, you're too busy sort of getting distracted by things, but you don't think she's undead at all. Hal, you actually take a closer look at this sprite, and although you are a fighter, you sort of realize during your training in the barracks with clerics that you actually were allowed to learn, because of your half-elf sort of heritage, how to sense the life force of other things. And it's not very strong, but it is strong enough to tell when something's dead or not. And
I've fought undead before.
Yeah. And you fought undead before, and this is not that.
Cool.
And so you sort of tell her, I guess, that you don't look, dead.
You don't seem dead to me. You're not rotting.
Well, Resh asks her name.
Okay. Oh, it's my name?
Navi.
Hey! Listen!
No, and she sort of shakes her head a little bit, and she goes, "It's Luvna. My name is Luvna. I don't know why I forgot. I don't like it." And she sort of flits off your shoulder a little bit, and she sort of takes a look at her surroundings for the first time, and she sort of tells all of you at large that this is wrong. This place is wrong. It's not natural. It doesn't feel right. Do any of you feel right in here?
No.
It's magic. No.
I think Resh might be the only person who feels even mildly comfortable in this place.
She sort of says, "This is not where I last was. I think I know where it ends, though. But no, I think I remember. If we want to get out, we have to ask the lady."
I look at the cleric.
Ask the lady.
A lady, you say?
The reason we're in here.
Who is the lady?
The lady Maria. She
Oh.
brought us here?
She bought the ring. She was the one who bought that ring in the druid
Excellent.
shop.
Yes.
Lady Luck.
And she's sort of flitting around, and she goes, I think she sort of looks at Morph, and she sees that your eyes have still got the ring of green around them, and she looks at you, and she goes, I think that she wants you here. You're one of hers, right?
I guess
I look at the druid stones that we were approaching anyways, like the altar, and then I look at Navi and I say, how do we get through this?
I mean, there was a left and right turn before this door.
Yeah, so this is just the enclosed space, and you didn't actually manage to get to the pillar yet.
Oh, okay, well then I point over at the pillar. How do we deal with that? Can you open it?
It's not a druid stone there, it's just a tiny statue.
Oh.
And you were about to investigate it, but then the sprites attacked.
What's the statue?
I guess we...
What is the statue? I asked the fairy.
It's it's her lord. It's the lady's lord.
Oh, that's concerning. Investigation check on the statue.
Okay, yeah, give me an inception check.
Yes.
Inception. 17.
17. So with that, you see that this little statue is of a very well-groomed man. He's wearing incredibly expensive-looking clothing. He has a crown atop his head. He is holding a sort of staff with intricate carvings on it, and the statue's only about sort of. Hang on, I'm trying to do this in my head. 10 inches high.
It's this big.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's this big. It's only about 10 inches high. The sprite sort of goes halfway up this sort of statue as she flits around it. And it's all made of brilliant shining gold.
Can I pick it up?
Oh. Don't.
Yeah, she said it, so
Fine,
let's
she
go.
said it. We can't do anything now.
Okay, how...
I'm still poisoned, by the way.
it only lasted for a minute, so it's sort of wearing out
Oh, okay.
now.
Thank
It was
goodness.
only a tiny dart, but it was very close to your neck.
No wisdom, I pick it up.
You pick up this statue, and as you do, you see...
My eyes go green and I die.
Oh god.
Say that.
You see a depression underneath where the statue was,
God.
and it raises with the
You're gonna
sound-
be Indiana Jones.
and it raises, and you hear off in the distance, somewhere in this garden, the sound of stones tumbling.
Hold it.
I opened the door. Yay!
I think you closed the door.
I
Yeah.
put it back down.
You put it back down, and the depression returns, but this time nothing happens.
I pick it back up.
And
I
again,
might as well.
you hear
It's mine.
it, and again nothing happens. It seems that the trigger you pulled has already. It was just a one-time thing.
I put the statue in my bag.
Okay, you put the statue in your bag. And
Maybe we can fix him, I say. And then I shrug.
okay, yeah, and you are free to go back out the way you came.
I mean, at this point, you might as well take the statue.
Yeah, she's put it in
I
the bag.
did, that's
She
why.
has.
Because I put it back down and the stones didn't change, so I picked it back up and put it in my bag.
Fair enough.
Luvna
Fair
kind of. Hang on. Luvna looks at you
Would you be
how.
able to... No, carry on. Go on.
And she says, I can't tell if that was a smart idea.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
It
Without
was
a
not.
doubt.
They all
I'm
say
to believe with the big one with the warhammer. But I mean, I guess you have a shiny statue now.
I love her.
So, oh, okay. Well,
At least I didn't eat it.
Oh my god.
do you have a history of eating things?
One of us
Let's
does.
go. Let's go.
And as you turn around and sort of start walking out of the clearing, she goes, "Oh, you ate the berries."
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know about the berries.
We
You're that guy.
we were asked to grow the berries.
Oh,
Why?
okay.
What are they?
I
If
don't
you grew them.
actually know. We were given the seeds and asked to grow them with some of our sprightly magic, and that was we were paid, and we grew them, and then I think we ate them.
Yeah.
Smart.
That
Um,
Yeah, not our best move. By the looks of it.
we're looking for a load of random people who don't look like sprites. They look kind of like us. Have you seen a large group of people appear anywhere in this garden that you can remember?
Looks at you and she sort of goes, I know what humans look like. I'm not an idiot.
Deserve that.
Rush
I
is
do deserve that.
He's got the biggest grin on his face.
And she, after she sort of berates you, she sort of, cocks her head and she goes, "No, I don't remember that much. I'll be honest. I sort of ate the berries, and then I can tell that time passed, and then I was here, so I don't really I can't help.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Lady
I
Maria.
guess going for the Lady Maria is our best
Yes.
bet at this point.
So Lady Maria has magic berries that are so potent that they got fairy people under her thrall. Excellent. This is good. I
What
follow
could go
Mark because he
wrong?
was saying, "Let's go, let's go."
Okay, so as you leave this entrance, there is again that long sort of pathway that leads back to your long rest stop, and then another left and a right.
Which way was the stones?
You couldn't tell. The crumbling of stones just happened in the distance.
Okay, let's go right.
We go right.
Left is best.
No, right.
Right.
Still
Fine, we'll
walking
go right.
Okay, you go right, and you sort of snag a corner, and what you gather is that you're actually just walking round the I just realised what this song is. You're
Yeah.
going round the hedge that was sort of holding the clearing that you're in, and you sort of come to another crossroads, and there's another long path that looks very much like the ones that you encountered the dryads in, and there is
I should have been sketching this.
Hmm.
And you can tell that there's another sort of entrance, like of the other ones you've seen before, another sort of small gate in those hedges, and a very narrow path that leads up directly north. Morph, give me a perception check.
15?
15? Okay, and a constitution check.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 14.
14. Okay, with that one you're safe. But you can feel something tugging at you as you get to this intersection, and it feels like it's going in the direction where there are just more hedges.
Okay.
Can you tell us this?
Can I examine the hedge?
Mhm.
Is there anything weird about it?
Well, give me another perception check.
Perception or investigation?
Yeah, okay, investigation.
13.
13. Yeah, as you get to where this hedge is, you actually sort of see one of the vines that is sort of browny orange colour, and it stands out relatively well from the rest of these sort of green-grey ones. And as you go and reach for it, and as you finally touch it, it sort of snakes away, but a small doorway opens in the hedge.
Ooh.
Cool. We going through it?
Yeah.
Should we
Yeah.
go through the door?
I'll go through the door.
Where
I'd
I'm
say go
going,
through
so... Yeah, we go in.
As you go through the door, you see another one of the shrines, but smaller this time. And again, there is a small golden statue in the middle of it, in this podium.
I'm just gonna turn around and leave.
Perception check on the little gold statue.
Yeah.
Nah,
No,
I
it's a
don't
5.
even care.
Is it the
I don't
same
even
as the one I
care.
have?
We're leaving.
It's not the same as the one that you have, no.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's
What
gonna
does it
be
look
the
like?
lady.
So as you get closer to it, there is it's only 8 inches tall, this one, not 10, and it depicts a little princeling. The crown on his head is not as full as the one on the other statue. His clothing is a lot more juvenile. It's a lot less stately, although no less expensive. And he holds a rapier in his hand.
I reach for it to see if the others stop me.
I'm not gonna stop you.
You're already walking out the door.
Yeah.
How Stop picking up strange statues.
Can I do a wisdom check just to see if there's
You can give me an investigation
Yes.
around the podium.
investigation? 11.
11? Okay. You don't see anything wrong.
Does anyone actually tell me not to take the statue?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't take the statue. I follow
You
them
don't
out.
take the statue. Can you all give me perception checks apart from Morph?
Crit fail.
Crit fail.
Oh
okay.
god. I've got
This character plays himself.
16.
A 16? Okay.
18.
18. So literally everyone apart from Hal, he is sort of creaking.
I'm so glad I didn't pick it up.
As hang on. As out of the bushes some heavy looking roots sort of start to form. Hang on, where is it? There we go, that's what I wanted. And it sort of crawls out of the bush, and you can see now that it was sort of always there, but it didn't feel like something you needed to look at. And this humongous lumbering tree comes out of the bushes, and he slams gender a tree. He slams one of these roots right by you, and how he does.
Aw. Wait, don't I get a dex throw?
No, because you weren't paying attention. You completely failed the perception check.
Cool.
You were not paying attention. Everyone else managed to jump out the way and realize he's there, but you take 5 damage. Because he sort of smacks down.
Morse just hears this going on behind him and is like,
Yeah, you're about
Fucking-
to leave, and you hear this sort of Trent roar.
I'm at 10 HP.
You're at 10. Okay.
I'm at half health.
Right. So I need everybody to roll initiative,
Yay.
10.
at 20.
and that's only. Oh, we're already doing better than last time.
Yeah, that's way
Okay,
better.
right. So give me 20 plus. Anyone 20
20.
plus? Okay,
Mm-mm.
20 morph.
Got a non-natural.
15 to 20. Highest first.
20, I guess. Me.
You got 20 as well? Okay.
I got what was it there? I'm trying to remember what I got 16.
16. And Sunny, what did you get?
10.
10. Okay, it's Morph's turn first.
Hmm.
I'm gonna assume that I'm like down on one knee, because ow!
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh. Should do this. Right. I'm going to cast Command
Okay.
on the tree and
It's-
must make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, it looks like a Trent even, but it doesn't even have a face. It's just a tree. But a very strong,
It's just a
angry-looking tree.
Okay. I'm still going to cast Command.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Make a Wisdom saving throw against 14.
I only get a 7.
Okay. I tell this tree to flee.
To flee?
Yeah, it must move away from me as much as it can.
Okay,
and then
so
end
you
its
were
turn.
you were already like at the sort of the furthest away from this tree, but he does at the end of his turn or your turn.
So yeah, it just must move away on its next turn,
Okay,
and then end its turn and be done.
okay, cool. Resh, it's your go.
Okay.
Grab
We've
the
got-
statue and let's leave.
We grab the statue.
Okay. You grab the statue, and again, a little depression sort of forms underneath, and it rises
Wait,
up
now you
after
want to take the statue?
And
Starters, we need to go on.
We already set the other one off, so...
yeah, and again,
Yeah.
you hear another tumbling of rocks and a sort of shake underneath the earth. And the statue is yours.
Okay.
Pane, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to firebolt the tree.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Because that's how I roll at the moment. That is 14.
Does hit.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting it to hit.
Tree.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not moving very
it's a
fast.
tree. However,
I'll be right back.
ooh,
Mhm.
that is 6 damage.
6 and
5 damage. It says unattended flammable objects ignite. Would the tree count as a flammable object?
well, I mean, yes, because it's a fucking tree. So it takes double damage for that, actually.
Ooh.
So it takes 12, and I can't do maths in my own head. 7. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and it's kind of on fire now. And it will kind of it's gonna take 1d4 damage at the end of its turn. Later. So it is the tree's turn, in fact, and yeah, it just moves away from Morph. So it's sort of backed up, and is now just behind that sort of podium. And it's Hal's turn.
It's Hal's turn. Hal is going to. It's a tree. I'm going to sacrifice using my action. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to use my battle axe with 2 hands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a D12 if it hits instead of a D8.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Definitely hits, and remember to crit your...
Yeah.
And back.
So I just going to roll 2 D12?
Roll it and double it.
Yeah.
Aww. Okay. 16 plus, so 22 damage.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I could axe the surge and do it again if you want.
Well,
Is it dead?
it's not dead, no. It's a big tree.
Pretty.
I mean, it's on fire. Oh, hang on, I need to do the D4. Okay.
I mean, it did give us, like, an out. We could just leave.
But you guys didn't. So it's Morph's turn.
I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm
Bye.
fucking out.
Okay. You have left the circle. It's fine. You're gone.
No
Resh,
fade.
it's your turn.
Great. Well, if he's leaving, I want to leave.
Okay.
Why not?
What's your speed is like 35, 30?
I need to check my...
Totally 30.
It's probably 30, but...
I mean, this thing can only do 20 foot, so
Yeah,
I think you'll be
it's
safe.
30.
Yeah, you can leave as well. You
Just
sort of-
leave it.
Resh
Leave
just
it.
looks
Bye.
at it, takes the
I'm
statue
out.
and leaves.
Um.
It's Pane's turn.
Right, well, I'm going to, before I leave, because I will hightail it out of here, I'm going to, I'm going to cast another firebolt at it before I leave.
Okay.
Why leave sleeping
Leave it burning.
friends alone? So
Oh
that
shoot, 20.
is 19.
Yeah, that hits.
And
I did my math wrong. Oops.
nice, that is a 9.
And 9.
And I move 30 feet away.
And you move
I'm
30 feet
following.
away.
I'm following Rash and more.
At this point, you
Oh,
might as well
guys.
just kill the thing.
Yeah.
It's the tree's turn, and it is going to attack Hal because it's the only
Yeah.
person left. Fucking. And it only gets a 12, so it doesn't hit. But it sort of
Thank
it slams down, and is still pretty mad. But it's Hal's. Oh, and takes another
1d4.
1d4 damage. Okay, Hal, it's your turn.
Yeah. give it back 2 HP because I did math wrong. 18 times 2 is 16 plus 4 is 20, not 22.
Okay.
Alright, you guys suck.
Well, I can still attack it from where I'm standing on my next turn. Firebolt has a range of 36.
Yeah, same. Mine has a range of 16.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna attack it again two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's only 14 though.
Does
13,
make
sorry,
it.
that's 13.
Does hit.
Does hit? Okay. 9 plus 4, 13 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I want to. So it slammed its trunk. It's whatever it is. It's branch.
It's slightly on fire. Root.
Sure. I'm going to. Fuck it. I get up on its arm and then I swing at and like lumberjack chop at its head or the
You fucking rail
roughly
that way.
headish.
And as you do, you sort of hear the creaking and cracking of a trunk dying, and it sort of breaks and topples over. And as it does, where you cut it, you can see strings of green magic keeping its trunk almost together, and then they snap and dissipate.
Is it dead?
It is dead, yeah.
Good. I jump back to the ground and ow! And I'm like limping a little bit and I catch up. You fucking cowards.
What?
You've got a shield.
I was trying to spare it. You were the guys that murdered it.
Spare it! It jumped into the trees and slammed me to the ground.
Okay.
You're right back there, Hal.
Ow.
Fair enough.
Okay, so as you move back out, directly in front of you, you can see another one of these gates. The same one that you saw before, and it goes left, and then for you to go right and up, that's the long, narrow path that you could see before.
Let's keep moving down the
Thank
long
you for
narrow
the follow.
path.
It's Nikki!
Ah!
Hi, Nikki! Sorry, what did you say you were doing?
Let's follow the path.
Oh,
It still doesn't heal me.
The long path.
long narrow path. Okay. So you go up this long narrow path, and you sort of get to another gate on your right this time. But it's already open, and its sort of wooden frame is leaning more than anything against the hedges. And you can sort of peer in if you like, if you want to give me an investigation check.
Sure. No good. Like 8.
8. Okay, there are more bushes in there.
Oh dear.
Do any of you want to keep collecting statues?
Sure.
Sure.
I
Go
say
for
holding
it.
my
Started.
As you
Sure.
I'm gonna stay out here.
as you walk in there, there isn't actually a podium this time.
Oh.
However, there is a sort of pool of water, and it's a pond, and the water is surprisingly clear, and next to the water is a picnic blanket, and on that picnic blanket there is lots of sort of books and
trust.
magical sort of components strewed around
Oh.
sort of haphazardly, and there's a sort of camp set up around. There's a tent and a chair and a really large looking rock, and it sort of towers. It doesn't do anything as of yet, but when you get closer you can see that there is actually green glowing veins running up the rock, and they're very spider-like. They're very, very small, but they are very there.
Can I have a look at the components and the books and stuff on the picnic
Yeah,
blanket?
go for it. Give me an investigation check.
Okie Yes. That is a 21.
A 21, right. So with that, you sort of pick up the books and leaf through them, and you can tell immediately that these are books about summoning.
Ooh.
The components there are very much of the focusing kind. There's a couple of crystals, a few emblems that link them to the astral plane, and you can, when you look at the book, it sort of connects the clearness of the water to a portal.
Ooh. Do I recognise any of these symbols that are connected to the astral plane?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
And as you're leafing through these things, a shout comes from the tent. And it goes, "Oi! You're not supposed to be here! Who the fuck are you?" And another voice...
Who the fuck am I? Who the fuck are you?
And another voice joins from the background. "Oi, Bernard! What the fuck? What? Oi! Who are you?" And these two men...
Who am I? Who are you?
clamber out of the tent.
Are they druids?
They're not druids, but they are wearing these long green robes, and you can tell even from this distance that their eyes, including their sclera, are green. They seem to be completely under the thrall of whoever made this place. You could actually see with some kind of amusement that they are not wearing any clothes underneath their robes, and that they were very hastily thrown on.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry to disturb your private time, gentlemen.
You fucking better! Jesus! And he's like, "You know what, that's just unacceptable, I can't have that, you know what, let's fucking fight me, and you're in initiative."
All I wanted was to take some books. I'm being punished.
Every single time.
Okay, let's roll.
Hang on, let me...
Oh, what the hell?
Ooh, 15.
You guys do not learn.
I just wanted to see the books, okay?
Oh, man.
Listen, it's been a long time since I've been at, my arcane school. It's been a while since I've been able to read new books. It's very important to me. There could have been spells in here that I could have added to my own spell book.
Giggling
Oh,
on Rush's
okay.
shoulder.
Right, 20 plus.
I'd like to point out.
I heard my name, what?
No, was anyone got 20 plus on their initiative?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
15 to 20.
No.
15.
15. 10 to 15.
10.
10.
12.
Pardon me. Oh, Resh. Under that.
7.
7. So this very disgruntled cultist that looked at you first is actually just incredibly mad. And he casts Magic Missile on Pane as he saw you going through your things, and that's like a whole bunch of D4s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on.
3d4 plus 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a reaction though.
Uh-huh.
To cast shield, which stops magic missile from doing any damage to me.
Okay, is there a saving throw to that?
Oh,
No, there isn't.
No.
It
Okay.
just
Reaction.
it adds +5 to my AC until the start of the next turn,
Okay.
and stops magic missile from doing any damage to me, and it burns my second first level spell.
Okay. Okay, well, in which case, he angrily shoots these bolts of force at you, but you
Ding, ding, ding.
swiftly put up a shield and they do no damage. And he actually just gets more enraged at this. This is like, right, the least you could fucking do is let me hit you, alright? We were so close. And
Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
I need some brain bleed.
Paddy, it's your turn now.
They're just
Making
trying to bone.
sure,
Leave them alone. Just
yeah. Stepping. Making sure that I don't have any of the books or anything in front of me. I'm going to. No, I'm going to. I'm going to thunderclap.
Okay.
So it's it creates in front of me around me in like a 1.5 meter radius. It creates anything in that area gets 1d6 thunder damage.
Okay, is there a saving throw?
They have to they have to perform a constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Morth is has not gone into this alcove. And it's just,
Also,
stood
everyone else
outside
might want to
hearing
cover
this.
their ears because it's going to create a massive sound of thunder.
Oh.
Okay,
No.
so nope, and definitely not. No. So,
Okay.
how much damage do they take?
Ooh, yeah, they both take 6 damage.
Jesus Christ.
And I start putting the books into my bag.
Christ's sake.
Oh, God. Is everyone like a klepto today or something? Or what?
Look, they might have spells in.
As,
Don't judge me.
So the one that you heard being called Bernard, he falls over. The second one didn't actually leave the tent. He was still like kneeling. He never actually managed to stand up before you launched an offensive. And he just sort of goes tumbling over. And he sort of, with a very disgraced kind of sound, just sort of goes, "Ugh!" as he is concussed against the floor, and he is prone now. And Bernard sort of shouts, "What kind of fucking..." And then expressions go.
Oh, good God. Okay. Can I just... Oh, God, do I even mean to do anything? These poor guys have been so humiliated.
Entangle.
Yeah, just entangle, make it worse. No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna use a
Ooh,
spell
that'd be
slot.
nice.
Entangled while naked. Oh.
Yeah. No, can I just... They're already down. Can I just, smack them upside the head with this?
Oh, God.
I suppose if you... Bernard's not
I don't think
down.
that's any better
just the
than
second one.
entangling them.
Okay, well, the entanglement has thorns, and
And
You
you
could
just
probably
technically harm
decide
them,
not to do
so...
that.
Yeah, but no, I'd rather not entangle simply because I don't want to use my spells.
Spell slots! Okay. Yep, okay, you can do some unarmed damage if you want.
No, I have a staff. I can...
Okay, you can whack him with a staff.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
You're
I'm not sorry.
Oh wait, that was the damage roll. I should roll the d20 first. That would help.
Yeah.
D20. I got a 19 because
yeah.
they're on the floor.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
strength
no.
they rolled was just...
So, Bernard isn't on the floor. It's his partner, who
Okay.
barely got out of the tent, that was on the floor. He's sort of been rolled back, and he's back in the tent now because of the thunderclap.
Okay.
Look, if they'll just let me leave with the book, then...
Well, it was 6 damage. Oh my God.
You dead.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
you attempt
Murdered him.
to gently
What you?
reproach this angry-looking cultist, and you accidentally smack him right in the back of the skull, and you hear like a sort of sickening crack,
Oh no!
And he
For future reference,
crumples.
Kat, you can specify non-lethal damage.
Oh my god.
Crumples.
Wait, can I?
Yeah,
you
For
can.
future reference, you can specify non-lethal
If
attack.
you want to do that
Oh.
for now.
Knock him out.
Yes, that would be good, because I would prefer to just knock them out.
Okay, so you still hear a crack, but it's not bleeding. And he crumples to the floor. He's still breathing, but not looking very good. And his partner sees this from his prone position, and he like screams. And it's Hal's turn.
Well met, my friends.
Uh,
To be fair, they're cultists.
met.
They're probably not very nice people.
I walk
Me
up.
too.
I'm walking. I have my battle axe up and to attack Bernard's lover. I kind of hold a hand up against Penny. Is like, they attacked you first. I saw. You stole their shit.
yeah.
I didn't steal. I was literally looking through the books. I'm stealing it now because they attacked me.
And Bernard's lover from the tent goes, "You're stealing! Oh shit! Right now!"
I was literally just reading your book.
Penny.
And interrupting our special time
Panic.
together.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were having a special time together. Next time, put a sock on the tent door.
Panic.
We weren't
Take the books
expecting
out of your
this.
bag. You and I like hold my axe. I'm gonna do an intimidation check on the lover. I'm pretty sure he's scared as shit, anyways. With my axe, and I'm just like, all right, we're
Give me
no
a
more fighting. I have
intimidation
questions
roll.
about the rocks. 14.
14. Yeah, he is more angry than intimidated. I ain't telling you piss shit about these fucking rocks, he says.
Can I kick him?
You can, yeah, you can absolutely kick him.
5 damage, non-lethal. I like kick him in the knee.
And he's so unused to physical, like, altercations that the pain from his knee being dislocated just puts him out.
Cool.
He's unconscious now.
Can I stabilize?
Oh my god. Well, now they're both unconscious, I'm definitely not giving the books back.
Oh my god.
They could help.
At this, Lufna sort of comes up from where she was hiding around Rash's sort of head, and he goes, "Actually, those guys were really, like, I think they were just assholes. They used to have like really loud sex all the time, so I'm not even mad." Yeah.
I look at that, I'm like,
See, I've been validated by the spirit, by the sprite.
Did you just call me a spirit? You are the worst wizard I've ever met.
It was a slip of the tongue. I didn't mean it. However, I will be taking these books because they are about summoning rituals and they could help us figure out what has been going on around here.
And at this, she sort of mockingly just repeats everything you say. Something rituals.
I just ignore her.
While this has been
I
going
ignored.
on, Morth is making his way further down the path.
Further
He wants to find this
Mort
lady.
is out. He's out.
Okay, well, Morth, give me a perception check.
Ooh, not good. 6.
6. Alright, you don't see anything. I'm afraid, and we'll have to wait for the rest of the party to catch up with you.
I asked Rex to look at the glowing rock.
Okay.
The massive glowing vine rock.
Hmm.
Right.
Let's all have a
Give
close
me,
look at that.
An Arcana check.
My Arcana check was 10, so it's glowing and it's a
Yeah,
rock.
you know it's glowing, and it's rock, and it's maybe magical.
Could I do an Arcana check of the rock?
Yeah, you start looking at the rock. Give me the check. While
Okay.
you're sort of studying it, Luvna looks at you and she goes, "That's a rock, and it's got magic on it.
I rolled a 25.
You understand that this rock is actually more akin to a power generator than anything.
Ooh.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as though it was made for this purpose, but it feels as though someone has created a system to channel the power through with these green streaks. The sort of more you look at it, the more you realize the spider webs more closely resemble geometric patterns and fractals. And so the stone itself seemed to be a place of old power, but it is being drained with these sort of cobwebs and spiders, but oddly sustained.
Okay.
And as you relate this to the rest of the group, Livna just sort of and ignores you.
Fair enough.
And she's like, I knew this anyway. You could have just asked.
As the successful Arcana checks are happening, I am going to drag Bernard and Bernard's lover back into their tent and just sort of like,
Do you tuck them in?
Yeah. And then I close the flaps. And like, and then I tie a knot.
As you put them back in their tent, you can see like vials of oil.
Yeah, I'm not
around.
going in there. By put them in there, I mean like I drag Bernard by like the scrap and I just like toss.
Throw them in. It doesn't smell great in there.
I'm not breathing. And then I want to go look at the pond.
Okay, you can go look at the pond.
I don't touch it. I don't drink from it. I look.
That's fine.
Very clear that I don't drink.
Give me an investigation check.
Nat 20. What do I see?
Oh, fantastic. So you see that at the bottom of this pond, someone has carved a sort of stone sigil, and in this sigil is you don't recognize a lot of it because you're not a person, a man of magic, but you do see those 4 straight lines that you saw on the druid stone on the way in. And this sigil stone rests at the bottom of this beautifully clear water. And now that you're sort of looking at the water a lot more, you can tell that there isn't actually much. It's just water. Very clean, but it is just water.
Cool. So there's another druid stone in here, or at least something with the mark of a druid stone. Druid. Can you hear you muted?
For fuck's sake, why do I always mute myself?
Is this just a setting on your microphone?
No, because the thing is, the button is on the cord itself. So as the cord moves around, the button will inevitably get pressed. And I can use Druidcraft at a good range, so I could attempt to use it from up here without having to go into the water.
Okay.
I look around. Where's Morth?
He's yeah. You didn't notice him leaving, but he's definitely gone.
Rest in peace, Morth.
No concern.
It's fine. He's sort of just sort of moping about.
Like literally, I tell Resh to look in the pond, and then I notice Morth is gone, and then automatically, like you hear that like, I don't think half elf ears move, but he has that immediately like, like, fuck again. Doesn't occur to him that Morth would walk off because he's sick of fighting. It literally is just like, oh fuck.
And actually, as the rest of the party is studying this pool, Morth, as you walk sort of forwards, you notice around the bushes, like all the hedges, that these green berries are appearing, and they seem to be following you as you walk. And Morth, you can actually feel a tugging, similar to the sensation you felt before, but it's going into a different direction. And now we're back at the party in the pool. The pool party, I might say. The pond party. The hanky-panky. And And Resh, were you trying to cast Druidcraft on the...
I was.
Okay. So as you pull forth the earth and energies that you require to craft this Druidcraft, it sort of feels muted because you're trying to cast something as it's under the water. But you do feel the sort of response, but it feels sick in here. It's not right. You can... The power itself comes easily. The feel of the power is wrong. It doesn't feel as clean or as clear as it does when you are outside this garden. You can tell that something in this very garden is playing with your sense of magic here. But you manage to sort of grow some lichen and some moss over this sort of very largish druid stone, and the carvings in it start to glow faintly, but not much happens after that.
Okay, we gotta get Morth. Where the hell did he go? Are you done? Did you cast it?
Yeah, I cast it. Let's go find him.
Let's grab Penny and we go.
And just
I shrug at Luvna and follow
just
them.
before you leave, Luvna sort of says, "Huh," and just follows you out.
We missed something. But we're also missing our cleric.
Yes.
Okay, so you go to try and find Morth, and you follow the way that you feel he went before, except he's not there anymore.
And I shout, Morth!
Yes.
And as you shout out, Morth does not hear you. Morth is going in the way that he feels he's being tugged, and he can't see it, but his eyes have gone green again.
Shit. Hal's just gonna rush. That's all he's gonna do. He doesn't have any magic. He's not thinking enough to ask Rush to use magic. He's just like, fuck, I let him out of my sight for 1 minute.
Okay, and as you rush forward, you...
Do you have a perception check?
No, you keep rushing,
No.
and you keep running and running and running, and suddenly you feel like you've been here before. And as you look around, there are corpses of dryads.
Fuck. Yeah, I knew that would kind of make sense to me.
Yes.
And as you keep rushing and rushing, you go past the place that you had your long rest, the tea garden, and you keep rushing, and you see the entrance to the first sort of portal, the first podium you saw, and you keep rushing with Resh behind you, and you're back at where you started rushing, and it's been about 10 minutes of you running.
Great.
But you are just in a loop.
Yay!
And you spend another 10 minutes running around, and it's just the same loop.
Can I just, grab his arm and like, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, Resh stopped running
After
after
the
like
first 10 minutes, I think you definitely.
After the
As soon as I
first
saw
10
the
minutes.
dryads.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the dryads.
Resh stopped running, and you've just occasionally seen Hal panting past with his clanking armor, like every sort of 2-3 minutes or so, and afterwards it starts to get more like 5 minutes and 7 minutes, then 8, because he's just spent so long running and his time is getting worse. And you decide to sort of stop him, and you sort of reach out, grab his arm just before he goes around a second, like at this point, a 10th time. And you sort of tell him, what do you tell him?
Dude, you've run past us like 10 times now. I don't think you've noticed. Or maybe you're just in denial. Or maybe you're just going senile. You're kind of old. but at this point, I think you need to stop.
Well, do you have a better idea?
Well, for one thing, I can try and detect magic.
Then do that. I'm pretty sure everything is magic in this fucking garden.
Well, I can attempt to try and trace the same kind of branch magic that we found on the berries. Familiar.
Well, clap, clap, go.
Okay, using it.
Clap, snip, snip.
Okay, you cast detect magic, and you can immediately feel that there is a barrier around this immediate area.
Oh, it's like when Morth tried to burn through the shrubs, and he just wound up back in the same spot.
Yep. So this is just straight up May's trying to get in our way.
Hal is like pacing in a small circle.
Okay, and as you're doing that, Morth, you haven't at this point, actually, for you, it's only been about 2 minutes. You are slightly concerned that your party hasn't caught up to you yet, but also you think that they're probably just a bit idiotic and are probably spending more time fighting those guys than is necessary. And you stumble upon a sort of tiny nook. And in this nook is sort of another blanket. This one is not rumpled in any kind, it's just a sort of small one. There are a couple of cushions about, and there is a small chest.
Okay, I'm gonna look around to see what's hiding in the bushes first.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
9.
9. You don't see anything in these bushes.
Okay. Is the chest locked?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only a small one. You could pick it up quite easily.
Yeah, I do so.
Okay, you pick up this small little locked chest and pop it in your bag. And nothing happens, which is surprising and kind of nice. But as you spend more time standing in this little nook and cranny, the green energies that have been following you, the trail of berries, sort of amalgamates, and it whispers to you in a language that you don't understand, but you seem to get the gist of anyway, and you need to go and find her now.
Trying.
And as you say this to the bush, it oddly impresses upon you the feeling of approval. And this time, as you sort of turn away, you actually see the green light guiding you away.
I follow it.
Okay, you are following the green light. Right, Resh and Hal. And Pane whenever she gets back from lunch or dinner.
Okay, so we're trapped in some sort of bubble that is basically keeping us running around in circles and unable to actually make any... We need to pierce
Do
through this.
something about it.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm fucking exhausted!
Maybe it's all enough fighting.
Okay, let's see. So, Livner, I'm going to assume, is from, or at least somewhat familiar with this plane. Does she know
Yes.
anything about this?
So you turn to ask Lufna, and she goes, well... She sort of cocks her head a little bit, and she says, "It's foggy. It is foggy, but I think this is something that the lady used to cast. I think it's just you gotta find its weak spot."
Well, sounds as good a point as any.
And she says, "This'll be the point where you feel the least magic." And I think that knowing you're in it is half the battle.
Okay, then we can do that. We can. Well, I can search for things. Process.
Okay.
I would assume Hannah is also helping, but
yeah, she would be. So roll me an Arcana check with advantage, because Pane would be helping.
Yes. I need to freaking. I put away my d20 when I should not have put away my d20. Hey, Marina, get off the laptop. Get off. My cat.
Cat aggro.
Cat aggro. Okay. So, Arcana. Time to roll. So 17 plus my 2 is 19, and then I don't know what the advantage does.
So you roll
add to
twice, and then you
Okay.
take the highest number from your d20.
that. Okay, so it would be the 19.
Okay, cool. So it takes you another sort of 15-ish minutes with Luvna sort of flitting around and helping. But you do manage to find the weakest spot. And it's back at the pond, where you cast your druid craft.
Huh.
Is it the stone itself?
I don't know, is it?
Can I Arcana check? I don't know. Like, I barely have any magic.
So...
Like- I look at the big fucking glowing stone.
you
And I
look
put
at
it,
the
and I
big
look at
stone,
Russian Penny. It's like,
and
if I bash that thing.
well, you have to swim to go and get it. It is
No,
at
no,
the
no, the
bottom
big-
of the pond.
No,
The big glowing one.
standing
Oh,
one.
the big one. Okay.
one that-
The power
you,
source.
You try and bash it. And give me a strength roll.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna hit it with the pick because that like I don't want
it's
to
a
blunt
rock,
the axe.
So yes.
20, not natural.
Okay. So you actually take a big chunk out of this stone. And as you do, Rush, you sort of feel bad because you know it's an old stone. But as you do, the green cobwebs seem to, and fractals pull away from the bit that you sort of took off it, and it's sort
Hit it
of
again.
the size of a couple of fists. And
Yeah.
sure, you can do it again.
Oh, God.
Well, it's powering something.
She's just wincing.
That would be 22 to attack. 22 strength.
Yeah, and again, this time you take out a lot more than the previous time because you'd already made a sort of a big dent in it, and
Yeah.
the green is recoiling now. It does not like being attacked, and you can see it sort of fading off the stone. Except it's pulling back, and eventually it gets to a point where it sort of comes off the stone entirely, pops off, and there's a green glowing ball of malicious looking light, and you only get to see
Attack it!
you only get to see it for a second before it blinks out.
Good.
You don't feel like it's dead. It's just moved. Your princess
Yeah,
is in another castle. But with that, Resh, you feel the barrier sort of weaken a lot, but it is still there. So it's not being powered anymore.
Okay.
And your only other clue is the Druidcraft summoning stone.
Okay.
Well,
As
with
Hal
that-
is like goes back to pacing because he's run out of rock smash, he's just swearing, and Penny will know he's swearing in Goblin.
Okay. Well, at this point, hopefully with that obstacle removed, if Rush tries again with the Druidcraft, he might be able to get a favorable outcome.
2 seconds, I'm choking on a crisp.
What?
I'm choking on a crisp.
Oh!
Okay, right. Oh, hang on, Isra. Hang on. This is... I'm dying.
Are you
This
okay?
is our
I'm
yeah,
fine.
this is our D&D stream. Yeah.
This is
Oh,
the...
gotcha.
So,
I
hang
just
on, let
wanted
me...
to say
No,
hi.
it's
I
fine,
saw everybody
because
say
I
hi.
can just do... I can do this?
So,
Okay. There we go. I think that's set everything?
I'm back. What have I missed?
I'm
Wow.
typing it up.
Millie almost choked.
Yeah, I almost died.
I'm fucking gone.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
it's gone. Okay.
3 of us were trapped in some sort of bubble.
Oh,
Okay, so you're going to attempt to craft druidcraft again, yeah, on this stone.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as
hopefully we
you
got the barrier at all.
and as you cast it this time, the magic is it flows freely. It still doesn't feel 100% right, but it is definitely there. And this time you cause a plethora of underwater flowers to gather on this druid stone, and the color is no longer, it doesn't glow green anymore. It glows sort of a calming yellow, and it sort of fades from yellow into turquoise, and from that it sort of, you can feel the ground rumbling a little bit, and it starts to rise out of the pond. And as it just about breaches, you can see with your sort of flowers, your centerpiece, if you will. Hang on. I'm still dead. That it is sort of forming a spell. And as the color of your energy twists up, and these fractal designs appear in the air above. Fuck me. Fucking crisps. In the air above the stone. The designs start to pull apart, and as if a curtain was forming, you see another part of the garden. And in this garden, the floor is paved with quaint-looking cobblestones. And there is a large bandstand swarming with people that you recognize. And you realize that it is they are the villagers that have gone missing. You don't get to see it for very long before you feel a snap, and the curtains fall shut, and the stone sort of drops back into the water. And no matter how much you try to cast Druidcraft on it again, it doesn't work. However, you do feel the barrier dissipate.
Okay. Well, at least we have a clue that we're moving in the right direction.
Yes.
No, I will be back in 2 seconds. So grab drinks, get some snacks if you want. I'm gonna go like drink a pipe of
Intermission.
Water. Intermission. Right. I'll say we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll put I don't know if I can put a timer down. Can I? Hang on.
Don't worry about it.
No, I know, but
Yeah,
I want the
5
timer
minutes.
anyway. I'll just put a bit of text on that says back in 5. Because I'm good at this.
We split the party, the most sensible thing to do.
It was just too good.
And we haven't even split it equally. I didn't mean to start a fight, I just wanted to read what was in the book.
And then you stole their books.
Okay. Burb.
Yeah, Morse was like
I mean, even Lavender said they were
Understood.
assholes.
that when we go into those alcoves, there's fights. But it's just gonna skip them to be like, get to the lady. And then he hears you go in and start casting all this crap. It's fucking thunder. Just done with
I
it.
thought the books might be useful. I was like, there are books here. Magic books. Everything here is magic. Let's read the book. And then those assholes were like, you're stealing our shit.
Because you
No.
were.
I
Yeah.
wasn't initially going to steal their shit. I was just leafing through the book. It was when they came out all naked and accused me of stealing their stuff that I was like, no. If you're going to accuse me, I might as well actually steal it. Yeah. After they started shit with me. If they'd
No,
been
the
a bit
fact
more
that-
polite, I would have just read through the book and put it down.
Yeah, like as soon as they launched that spell at you, like how was definitely in initiative mode. Like, yeah, definitely, of course. It was watching the way they got their asses handed to them that he's just like, I don't actually have to rush in here and decapitate anyone.
I mean, I suppose it helped that they weren't wearing anything.
But they had robes.
Yeah.
You might have decapitated the wrong thing.
Yeah. I just wanted to read the book.
As far as Morth knows, you just murdered whatever was in that alcove.
Yeah, no, Hal's not in a position to do much teasing because who picked up the statue? So, wait, I have the statue of the king. Who has the statue of the prince?
Resh.
Resh has the prince. Okay.
And Pane has the books, and I have a chest.
Yes. But no, like, it's totally in character for Morth to, like, be like, fuck this, and walk off. And I'm just happy that Hal didn't catch it as fast as he should have.
Yeah.
He was like, someone's attacking my wizard. No, you don't do that. He's like, wait, where'd my cleric go? No!
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I hope none of you are too hurt.
I am! I have 10 HP.
Oh god.
I'm at half health.
Rush can cast Healing Word on you.
You know, Hal's been limping since the tree attack.
Yeah, I mean, I've got healing words for you isn't a spell slot, is it, Resh? Millie said last session that it was a cantrip for you.
No, that was
Wait, what?
that
How
wasn't
did
that.
you get cantrip healing word?
That was Clash of Strahd and Jess. That wasn't Cap.
You session, I swear.
Nope.
Yeah, fuck up. Healing word is a level 1 spell.
It
Yeah,
is.
I only made it a cantrip for
Bullshit.
Jess
4 plus 1d4. Heals one
Okay.
living creature.
Yeah.
because there were 8 of you.
Oh yeah, I guess
only,
healing 8 people, yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting. I'm playing too much D&D.
Music's so peaceful.
Anyway, you're playing too much D&D. I have to DM 2 of these pieces, and then
I
play
know.
another. I don't really know what I'm doing.
You're doing well, is what you're doing. Yeah.
Every time I look at my thing, I start laughing. Tiefling Druid.
We good?
I'm still eating.
Ah. We not good.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Who did I? Wrong person. Very much the wrong person. Oh no, the right person. Yeah. Well, worst comes to worst, I can burn my last spell slot and cure your wound.
Yeah, but yeah. Now, like when we got into the druidstone room, I was kind of hoping that Hal would hang back a little bit and more clue in on the whole. Hey, I'm bleeding. Hi.
I mean, we just have to run after him.
Well, Hal already tried that.
Yeah, because I'd rather like to be able to cast mage armor on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Or burning hands for the next battle bit. Or when we find the lady.
Yeah, the lady is why I haven't used action surge yet. Although I could use second wind.
Do you know what I just realised? The Lady Maria's character sheet is on Orc Pub.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh wait.
The boss has no stats.
Oh wait. It's loading up. It's loading in. Okay. Interesting. How do I save this HTML page?
Sure. Can you get it to display the PDF?
I think so. Let me.
Oh, it's working
Wait,
again.
Orc Pub just loads.
Yeah. I want to know if it lets me log in because the last time I had this problem, it didn't.
Yeah,
let me.
it didn't.
The login page is
Ow!
Right.
disconnected.
Nah.
I logged in.
Oh really?
Asshole cat.
God damn, I think my app's just
Oh my god! I've got my. I need to.
Oh,
Save.
okay. Yeah, let's just save this. I'm hoping it will stay up, but they just have to take away a whole bunch of the sources, which I think is what they sort of got to.
I mean, I'll keep using the.
Yeah, same. I think it's a lot more comprehensive.
Yeah.
But this was a lot nicer to just sort of have.
Yeah. But just in case, like, if they take everything away, I'm going to
exactly.
save my shit.
Okay. Okay. That was, interesting.
Didn't
Right,
hear
download.
No, that was all garbled.
I'm not surprised.
Open smokes.
Right, that's Shay's character sheet, character list. Okay, go away.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna open the ice cream, and then we'll resume. I've had
Okay.
2 of these tiny Oreo ice creams. They're so good. Get them in.
They are really nice.
You get them in the oldie. I love oldie. Hashtag sponsor me. Come on, oldie. Okay.
Do my stats right? Get it.
Kat, do you want me to download the page from Orc Pub for Resh
Sure.
and save it for you?
Mm-hmm.
And then I can send it to you later.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So you sort of collectively bust out of this barrier, and it's quite anticlimactic. But as you do, it feels like the barrier doesn't crumble down as so much as you sort of have a shift in reality. And where the hedges that you've been seeing this whole half hour were just plain. Now there are the lime green berries that you saw outside, and you can see them trailing away.
Ooh.
I rush!
Follow the berries?
You follow the berries. Hal rushes in. So as you do, you come across, as you follow them, you come across a small little nook with a blanket, some cushions, and you can see the green berries slightly start to die off, but they are still going in a direction, so they are pulling you left.
Because we've been separated now for what, 30 minutes?
Mm-hmm. However, actually, everyone give me an Arcana check.
Including me?
No, you're not here at the moment.
Okay.
I've got 19.
Okay.
Nat 20,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
so it's 22.
So with those scores, Resh immediately knows that time was messed with when they were in that bubble. The crumbling of the phasing in of realities. You knew that these berries couldn't just simply appear. They had to have grown somewhere. So it feels like you were probably in this bubble for longer than it actually existed.
Oh shit.
And Pane, you felt this too. But not with such certainty.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wait, do I have... Hang on, do I have this skill? Acrobatic. Tracking someone is nature, yeah?
Mm-hmm. No, survival.
Survival, yeah.
Survival. I don't have a modifier through. I'm gonna roll a survival check. I mean, it's still just a straight path, right? No branches?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to roll survival, but I'm like, check the bed, but it's like, I just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
If there's only one way to go.
Yeah.
I go!
So you go that way. And past this crook, you can see another entrance. Another gated one. And you can actually see, that someone has recently gone through here.
I shout Morth's name again.
You shout out, and actually you hear less of a response and more of a sort of grunt. Not in the bad way, I promise.
I don't believe you.
Promise.
I have my sword. I have my axe and pickaxe out.
Mm-hmm.
And I go towards the sound of the grunt.
And you
Follow on.
go towards this, and it's sort of, the path sort of twists and turns a little bit, but you eventually come to a clearing, and in that clearing there are 4 of the green-robed entities, the cultists, and Morph, and they are all facing this one statue. It is a stone statue of the smaller golden one that you have picked up the first time, the one in Morph's bag, or Hal's bag. The one of the king.
Oh, okay, I have that one.
Yeah, so you have that one. And they are all praying to it. And Morph, you are not aware of yourself at this moment. And as soon as you step foot into this clearing, the 4 cultists turn towards you. And sorry, I'm still eating my ice cream, it's melting.
If we understand the ice cream is important.
Yeah.
Before they turn around, like, when I'm switching my pickaxe for one of my hand axes.
Mm-hmm.
Do we...
Hang on. Okay. No. I mean, I still got ice cream left, but it's just
Initiative?
over.
Don't choke on the ice cream.
Nom, nom.
Are we going in guns a-blazing like we have been, or are we going to?
I would like to attack, but I'm gonna wait for the DM to finish eating her ice cream.
Ice cream.
If you guys look at Hal, he is very like teeth grit. Like you see him switch weapons, and you can see him like shifting his grip on the hand axe, like he's getting ready to, like he's gonna throw it.
Throw down.
Maybe we could show them. That looks like awfully like the statue that we've got. Maybe we should give it to them.
Right. Anyway, so these four turn
You'd
around.
have to communicate that to me.
And Morph also turns around. And this time his eyes are full-blown green. And he is vacant looking.
Oh dear.
The cultist closest to him puts his hand on his shoulder as he turns around and goes, "You have done well to bring so many sacrifices." And as he does, he raises a hand, and the hedges that led you in close. The vines snap shut, and you can tell even from this distance that the hedge is going to be impenetrable.
Cool.
And Morph can't do anything. But it's time to roll initiative.
13.
Let me just
No.
no.
Ooh. 18.
I've got a 17.
I am standing in front of Penny and Resh.
Okay.
So
I mean, that sort of makes sense. So I got.
She's trying to type on my keyboard.
Let her type. Let her type.
Let her type. Okay, let her type.
Let your kitty cat type.
I'll let her type in a chat so she doesn't fuck up my character sheet. Because she keeps like putting her paws up on the keys. I'm like, she just swats at it.
Oh, but okay, right. Anyone 20 plus?
No.
No. 15 to 20.
13.
13. Okay. I thought
17.
Panay got 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Fucking call out then. Jesus.
Sorry.
And what did you get? Kitty?
I got a 17.
17.
Well, it's another.
Okay. Morph. Roll me initiative.
Oh, right.
We're going to have to kill more.
10.
10. Okay, right.
For the greater good.
For the greater good. So, it is the Archmage's turn, and you can tell, because he has the biggest bling. Yes. What was that? Yeah, he has the best bling. The biggest bling. And
Would you say it was the blingiest?
I would say it is in fact the blingiest. It's also green and gold, which we're going.
Oh, that's a bit tacky.
Shit here. Yeah, it's a little bit tacky, but it's not too bad. It's my character list. Give me my goddamn character list.
Sorry, Minnie, I can't let you do.
I can't let you do that. Fuck's sake, give me 2 seconds. He is gonna cast.
He's southern.
He's gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Oh.
Penny. He sees
Fuck.
you,
Mm.
and he's like, "Mage, do not like, will kill."
Mage armor time.
And
Is that he rolls against my AC, or do I have
is-
to make a save?
I have to roll. So 3
Okay.
rays of fire.
Ooh.
Let's see if I
Fuck.
get it though. First one is a no.
Good.
Oh, second was a nat 20.
No.
Oh,
no.
shit.
Crit.
And the third one does not. However,
Rip Pane.
Fuck.
oh no. That's a 7.
Nice.
Are you dead?
A 7?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
No, I'm
good.
not dead. I've
Good.
still got 8 health left.
Lovely jubbly. Okay. So he sees that this doesn't down you, like, immediately, and he sort of frowns, as if that is preposterous to him. Panny, it is your turn now.
Right, okay. Fuck. Like, do I burn my last spell slot on an attack, or do I save it to heal? Fuck. I'm going to... I'm going...
Did shield eat one of your spell slots?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's the third one. Okay.
Yeah. So I've got 1 spell slot left. I'm going to use... How many are there? How many of them are there?
4.
4. So the Archmage and
4.
3 cultists.
And does that include Morph?
No,
No.
Morph is a 5th.
I'm a 5th.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, I'm going to spend my last spell slot to cast Burning Hands.
You better move first. I'm right in front of you.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm going to make sure that you're not in that code. Yeah.
Forward from behind.
I spend half of my movement to make sure that I've moved out in front of Burning Hands. Do they need to roll a dex save?
So keep in mind that Morph is in the middle of these guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Morph.
Okay then. So
I'm
Morph,
actually,
give me
while I do that, then I'm going to. If Morph's in the middle of them,
No, too
then
late.
I'm going to.
Morph, give me a dex save with disadvantage because you are
No, it's good
very
to do,
much
'cause I
under
can
the
use-
thrall.
I can use stop spells.
Okay, I'm tempted to say that you
Nope,
didn't.
already?
Yeah, because you've already casted the spell.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, you do sculpt spell at the same time you cast it.
Right.
Because
One of them.
if I cast an evocation spell affecting others I can see, I can protect 1 plus the spell's level. They automatically succeed on their saving throw versus the spell.
Okay. Okay, so 2 of them dodge dexter. Well, they take half damage. 2 of them try and dodge
Yeah.
dexterously out the way, but fail to make the save.
Okay. Did the Archmage make the save?
Yeah.
Fuck him. Okay. No. Yes. Okay, so that is 17 damage.
So you immediately wipe out 2 of the cultists.
Yeah.
Their robes very elegantly catching alight. The last cultist that isn't the Archmage looks incredibly bloodied, very close to kicking it, and the Archmage is still standing, and he is singed, but just looks more pissed than anything.
Okay. And
I
then,
still
so,
take half
more,
of that.
you take half damage,
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be 8.
8 damage,
Yep.
yeah.
You nearly
I tried to
fucking killed
protect
me.
you! I'm sorry. Yeah, blame
and,
Millie, she's evil.
It is the second cultist's turn, that the one very much on his last legs, and he's going to cast magic missile at Resh. So that is okay. So 2 of those hit. And is that D4s?
Yeah,
Cool.
they should all hit.
I thought I had to do ranged attack.
No.
You don't have to
No,
roll
magic
for
missile. Magic missile automatically hits. You just
okay.
roll the damage.
Okay.
3d4 plus 3.
Yup. Magic missile's a bit brutal.
10 damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
How are you doing, Rush?
I think he's dead.
Okay,
What?
he's,
How much do
he's
you have?
unconscious.
Okay,
He
unconscious.
doesn't just immediately die. If he goes to 0 hit points or less, you just fall unconscious. And it would have been your turn.
Yeah.
Uh,
He has a very low constitution to begin with. So the
yeah. So in which case,
How much health did you have?
11. Well, not
okay.
like 11, and then he was wounded earlier for at 7, 10 hit.
Oh my god.
Right. So because it's your turn next, I need you to roll me a straight up d20. If you get less than 10, you have to mark off one of your death saving throws as a failure. If you get more than 10, you need to mark on one of your death saving throws for success. If you get 3 failures, you die. If you get 3 successes, you are stable.
Okay. And just straight up roll a freaking. I
Yeah.
think I got a 12. But
Okay,
it's enough.
yeah, that's enough. So you can 2 more successes and you go back to a stable condition. It is Hal's
Okay.
turn.
Okay, cool. I am going to throw my hand axe at the guy who's almost dead.
Okay, go for it. Make
And I'm
it
gonna-
ranged.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that it's ranged. So 18 plus 2, so 20, not natural.
That definitely gets him.
Oh shit, it's only 3 damage though.
Doesn't matter.
Wait, no, is it plus strength or plus dex when I throw?
Dex when you throw.
Oh fuck, it's 1.
But it's enough. You
Ha!
you manage to catch him with the blunt side of your axe in his head. And that's it. He's done. He's down.
Excellent.
Absolutely
Excellent.
down.
I'm gonna action surge,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna rush that mage with the archmage with a 2-handed swing of my axe because I don't have a second weapon in my hands anymore.
Go for it.
Oh, it's only 13 to hit.
Ooh, it hits though.
Oh, good.
Roll damage.
You gotta remember-
JC.
You gotta remember, us magic types are squishy.
7 plus so
Numbers.
9 damage.
9
Wait, no,
damage.
wait, no. D10. 1d10. Oh yeah, so yeah, 9 damage.
9 damage, okay. You managed to sort of cut through his thigh, and it's gory. Like, there is blood sort of coming out everywhere, but he doesn't scream in pain. Again, it's like the sprites earlier. He doesn't really react, and he kind of looks at Morph actually and goes, "They try and hurt us, but our mistress will keep us safe. She makes sure we feel no pain, and we will
Stop it.
be
Yeah.
one with her." And Morph, you sort of
Kinky.
absentmindedly nod, as you are apparently taking this in. And it is now Morph's go. I need you to roll me a d4, Morph.
D4.
Yeah.
2.
2. You hit Pane.
Okay.
Okie
Get
dokie.
your butt ready.
Do it unhanded because your warhammer is on your back and you're not really there at all. You're just punching.
Just punch. Okay.
Yeah.
3.
There we
3
go.
damage.
3 damage.
No, 3 to hit.
Oh!
Oh. No!
You sort of
Even
stumble-
with my AC, no!
You drunkenly stumble away from Penny, almost as if you realise this is actually a teammate, and you shouldn't be doing this, but you sort of just, totter away. It is the Archmage's go again, and he is going to direct another magic missile at Hal.
Please
Oh.
don't hit more than 10.
Oh, let's see.
Please hit for 9. 9 is okay.
Mm. He gets you for 8.
Ooh.
Oh, I have 2 HP left.
Oh. Fuck.
And it is Tane's turn.
Right, I am going to go
I am
straight
bloody.
over to Resh, and I'm going to use one of my cleric cantrips on her, and I'm going to use Spare the Dying, which instantly stabilizes you.
Okay, go for it.
So that's just a cantrip. She doesn't have to do
Yeah,
anything. It's
yeah.
instantaneous. So
Yeah.
you're now completely stable.
are
You don't have to
still
roll any more death saving
Unconscious.
throws.
You don't have any hit points left,
Hmm.
but you are stable. So it means that you're not at risk of
Good.
dying anymore.
Yeah, no death saving throws.
Yeah, it would be your turn, but you're still unconscious. So Hal, it's your turn.
I am hurting a lot. What does
Get
the
him,
guide for...
Hal!
Huh?
We've only got one left. Stupid Archmage, kill him.
I have 2 HP. You have no Okay, that's metagame. How does the Archmage look, aside from the blood everywhere?
So he physically looks really bad. Like there's sort of blood gushing from his thigh, and you can tell he's losing blood very quickly. But he doesn't seem to flinch at this. He doesn't seem to be aware of how badly he's hurt.
Oh, bonus action. Good, second one is a bonus action. Thank God. Because I was going to say, it's like, I'm going to die if I don't use this. I could have done it. Oh, I could have done it last turn because it's a bonus action. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm going to hit him again with my War Axe, two-handed.
Okay.
That's 18 to hit.
Yep.
5 damage.
Yep. So
And
yeah,
probably-
continue.
Well, does he die?
Yes. You
Good.
cut him down, and again, there's no reaction from him. The light simply fades from his eyes, and he is no more.
Okay. As a reaction, anyways, even though I don't know what, because I don't know what Martha's gonna do, I am going to use Second Wind, which I don't know what it looks like when he does it, but 1d10 plus 2, I take back 8 HP. So I am back at 10.
So it's kind of odd because Hal has just cut someone down and then immediately looks healthier.
I have an axe in both ends, and I just go. And I feel a little bit better. And then I turn and look at Morris because I don't know what the hell he's doing, and I don't really want to attack him, and I can't anyways.
And Morth just looks confused now because actually, let's see. Okay, so Resh, you actually noticed that on this Archmage's hand was a green glowing ring, and it was in contact with Morth when you were fighting. But now
Resh is unconscious.
But fuck.
And our healer's possessed. So.
It's Pane or Hal at this point.
Okay.
Am I, like...
Ah, damn. Well, your passive isn't enough to notice this. In which case, you just realise that Morph is just slightly more confused now. Morph, if you give me a wisdom check.
Please succeed at this
Straight
time.
up wisdom.
No, I can't. 'Cause it's a 4.
10.
Oof.
Oh wait, no.
Fucking goddamn it! What is it with you and wisdom saves?
Oh, save or check?
It's a
To break out of the thrall.
check. Yeah. What did I say? Save.
I thought it was a check. I don't know.
10 or 12.
Fuck it.
That's
Let's
the
go
options.
with the 12, with the save, the wisdom save. At that save, you blink a couple of times, and your eyes clear, your mind clears, and then your body shuts down, and you pass out.
Sweet.
Fuck.
Oh. Amazing.
Sweet, I take a knee.
We've
I am
got
hurt.
two. We're both hurt. He's
all hurt.
unconscious and a little bit smouldering. And I can't heal anyone.
We take a short rest. At least.
Well, I
we
mean-
might have to take.
You can't really go anywhere because Morph is on the ground. Like,
More
Yeah.
on the ground. Rest is on
I'm
the
weak.
ground.
I'm not going to be able to carry either of them.
yeah.
I'm not good. So, like, does the hedge open up behind us?
Strangely, no.
So we have nowhere to go, anyways,
Yeah.
or just we can't
you
go
are,
back.
you are
Alright, so
luckily
cool.
like secluded in here.
I'm gonna help Pane, or I'm just gonna do it. Move the two unconscious people to like a corner, which is just less exposed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Drag them out of plain view of any of like where we came in. And
yeah, break out the rations, look at Pane, and say, "Go to sleep." And I'm just
like,
gonna sit and
Okay.
not be asleep.
So
we need to wait until Morph is back with the back in the world of the waking. He's the only one who can
And
heal
Ash.
anyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you take a short rest and you can spend your hit die to regain your
Oh.
hit points.
Please.
Yes, dear God.
Everyone.
And I get action surge and second wind back. Yay!
Yeah.
I don't get any.
Everyone can.
Yeah, it's a long rest.
Including you and Resh.
So you're giving me back my spell slots.
Well, yes, because that's your class thing, isn't it? You can have your spell slots back on a short rest.
Do I get back my spell slots?
Yes, dear.
That's just what I said. Yes.
No, in my audio cut out.
Oh.
Oh,
So your class speciality as a wizard is that on a short rest you use your book to get your spell slots back. So yes.
Okay, it says long recovery here. It says long rest here.
So
it should be short.
Should be, unless. Hang on. Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, that's good. That's
I've
way more health
recovered
than I need
all
back.
My health.
Oh,
Same.
fantastic.
Use that.
I have no more dice though.
Yeah, I've used my hit dice, but
I
I'm no
have
longer dying.
something stupid's going on with my program. Just want to put that I have 20 again. Oh, nothing's really. I retrieved my hand axe, by the way.
Okay, yeah,
Mm.
that's all good.
And D10. 7 plus 2, I get 9 back. So I have 19 health.
Okay, cool.
I feel a lot better. I napped for a bit because
And actually, after this this sort of small nap, you feel more experienced. And you've leveled up.
Yay!
However,
Level.
you have leveled up. However, you cannot gain the benefits of that before a long rest. So what you
Okay.
can do is you can add your new hit dice to your maximum HP. You can, because Panny, you've had a short rest, you can add your new spell slots, but you cannot cast any new spells.
Okay.
And that's sort of how that goes. So you basically get, you and Resh get more spell slots, but until you've had a long rest, you won't learn the spells that you would usually take, because you haven't had enough time yet. So,
Okay.
Hmm. Battlemaster.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your spellbook allows you to regain spell slots back on a short rest.
Yes, I would like to generate a new spell
So-
sheet.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is I don't have my maneuvers yet as a
Not
fighter.
yet, no.
Cool.
Yeah, not just.
That's okay.
Cool, I can learn some second level spells now.
But you can't use them.
No.
She has the spell slots available.
Yeah, so you can cast first, second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can add
But
the
I
hit
can't
die.
Yes,
To my-
you can
Mine-
add the hit die to your total HP, but you can't have that HP back yet. Unless you want
Okay.
to spend another
Sure.
hit die.
Okay,
Yeah,
one
okay.
second.
So I have 2 hit dice remaining today. I have 30 HP as my total now.
Okay, fantastic.
I rolled an 8 plus 2. Excellent. And you know what? Screw it. I will use a hit die to recover HP.
Yeah,
6. So I'm at 28 health,
fantastic.
Nice.
Still
and I'm out of hit dice.
That's fine for now. Okay, so you are in this sort of cove, and there is the statue that is still there. And you are sort of closed in at the moment.
Ugh. Oh god. Now I've got to find. Now I have to look at what spells I can have.
Well, it doesn't matter because you can't use them now, anyways.
I know.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and investigate that. I'd rather do perception, but I'm gonna go look at that statue of the king
Mm-hmm.
with a 3. It's
With
a
a
statue of the king.
Again, it's a statue.
Wait,
It's a bigger statue
Proud
of the smaller statue that you
you.
found earlier.
If it was an investigation check, it was actually a 2.
Oh. Well,
So
you found a bigger statue of the smaller statue that you found earlier.
yes.
Anyone else want to give it a go?
Can I give it a go?
Yeah, go
Oh
for
my
it.
god.
Because I've got proficiency.
Same. Oh shit, no.
Oh. Let's have a look. Investigation. That is 13.
13. Okay, even with a 13, you get more than Hal did. And standing at the base of this statue of the king is a smaller statue. This time it is.
But
only
not
6
of the king.
Not of the king. It's only 6 inches high this time. And it is a statue of a queen. And she has
Yeah.
a gorgeous tiara, a very expensive down-looking dress, with several ruffles and a very sort of a vast amount of adornments of jewellery carved into this gold statue. And she is there.
I pocket it.
You pocket the statue. And again, as all the other statues have, there is a depression that rises once you take the statue out. And again, you hear the scraping of rocks together. And this time, the rumbling of the earth threatens to bowl you over as you take the statue off its podium. And then it's gone. Morph, you come to in this place that you don't remember going, with the rest of your team around you and looking at you very suspiciously.
Right.
Are you back with the land of the living?
I died?
Not quite. No.
Okay.
You you went all green-eyed zombie and you attacked me.
Yeah, I was wondering when that would happen.
So casual.
What? What do you mean by
Maybe.
that?
I've seen this coming for like a day or so now.
For like 3 episodes.
that's why I've been kind of rushing forwards, because I want to,
fair
fight this lady before I turn.
Fair enough. We think something funny may have happened with time. So when I went into the clearing, these two guys attacked us. So we knocked them out and put them back in their tent where they were having some alone time. And then we got trapped in a bubble. And when we escaped from the bubble, time was slightly different.
And as you're explaining this, Morph starts to not pay attention, as the rest of your party starts to not pay attention. As you just start rambling about this thing and the way you think it works and the magic behind it.
Like, we listen until you start getting into like the nitty gritty of like alignment and player
anyway,
boundaries.
And so to finish, that's why ley lines are bullshit.
I put a hand on Morph's shoulder to go, I'm sorry for not keeping an eye on you.
I mean, that's not really your job, but thanks.
Are we ready to search for a way out now?
Yeah,
Sure,
go on. Go
let's
for
find
it.
something.
Oh god, I don't like that. Feel attacked now. With a nat 20, do I see a way out of this
With a
alcove
nat
area
20,
room?
you just reappear on the other side of the hedge.
Cool.
Nice. We follow on like a conga line.
No, it's just
I'll
Al.
just teleport.
No, okay, with a nat 20, you find another one of those browny orange looking vines that Morph used before, and you manage to essentially turn the doorknob, and and the hedge starts to recede and provides you a way out again.
Okay, I know that these are probably normal-sized doors, but in my head it keeps like opening up as like a 2-foot-tall little thing you can like crawl
Oh, like a little hobbit door.
yeah, like a hobbit door.
And Resh, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Kitty?
18.
18.
Okay.
You, with a sort of ferocious, with a vicious start, remember it's been longer than an hour.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And
Oh shit.
this, recollection comes to you as her short sword jabs you in the neck.
No!
And
Way longer than an
she
hour.
does 6 damage to you.
Oh.
And very quickly she says, I can't hold her. And with that, the clarity to her eyes fades over once again. And she blanks you completely and flies off.
Sadness.
And as your wound bleeds, and as you patch it up, you realize that if she had gone any closer to any further up, she would have got your jugular, and you would have been dead.
Oh, this is gonna be sad. I am sad.
I officially hate this garbage maze place.
Oh,
My
now
spell's
you
not
hate
left.
it.
Oh no, I hated it. Now I hate it even more.
Darn it, if I'd noticed sooner.
Then let's find a way out of here.
Okay.
Yes.
So you start walking out of this sort of maze, except it's no longer a maze. You keep walking and walking and walking, and nothing happens. But nothing happens. There is just a straight and narrow path, about 5 foot wide. But each side of the hedges are towering over you by now. You cannot see over them like you before, but this time it feels more oppressing. And you keep walking, and you keep walking. It takes about an hour for you to start noticing that the grass itself is getting greener underneath your feet. And it is turning a very unnatural shade of green the closer you get to whichever destination you believe you're getting to. And suddenly you're there. A big wrought iron gate with 3 pedestals just in front of it. A taller one, a middle one, and a short one. The tall one in the middle, the short one to the left of that, and the little one to the right. They all have depressions on them. Around the gate, you can see that the pedestals themselves have only recently come up. This is something you intuit to be the sound of the rumbling from before.
I put the king on the tallest one.
Yeah.
You put
I'll
the king on the
put-
tallest one?
Are there any markings on the pillars?
No. Just
No.
3 depressions.
Fine. Okay. I'll put the queen on the middle-sized one then.
Okay.
Then I'll put the princeling smallest one.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I want to switch the queen and the princeling.
Okay. You switch the queen and the princeling, and immediately they depress. And as they depress, the pillars themselves go back into the fall back into the ground. And this time the rumbling, you can feel it come from underneath the ground again, but it's not as shaky as it was before, from further away from the gate. And as the pillars fall down and the golden statues go under, the gate itself sheds its wrought iron blackness and starts turning gold, almost as if it was touched by ice. And it swings open, and you are invited into the garden.
Cool.
Let's
This is what we came for.
let's get you cured of your weird, creepy, brainwashy greenness.
Yeah, I have my axe and pick out.
Okay.
Can I cast a spell before we go in?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you want to cast?
I'd like to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay, go for it.
That puts my AC up to 14.
Yep, no problem. Okay, so you go in, and the grass gives way to beautifully paved stone pavements. They are irregular, but lovingly crafted. They seem to, actually, the more you walk, form those fractals that you saw in that big stone back by the campsite. And as you get closer, the flora gets more imaginative, more colourful, but the stalks stay increasingly and vividly green. As you walk forward, you encounter a small set of stairs, which you hop up, no problem. As soon as you get to these stairs, you are greeted with the sight of the same pavilion that you saw through the curtains of the Druid Stone beforehand. And it's very similar to what you saw before. The villagers that you saw had disappeared, are all milling around doing busy work. Some of them are harvesting, some of them are gardening, but the vast majority of them are standing underneath that banner, the bandstand. In the middle of that bandstand, you can see a very large throne. In that throne sits a woman with dark coarse hair, a blood red dress, green eyes, and the Lady Luckring that you saw in the Druid store. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yay.
So this is gonna be fun.
This will be fun.
Right.
We should have taken a long rest.
I wouldn't have let you,
Okay.
so don't worry too much. yeah, so the next session will begin on the battle.
Mhm.
And yes, I will try and arrange that so it all works out well. I'm just trying to think. I will, Charlotte, if you could do us a favor and put up the next session time.
Yep, cool.
We'll sort of discuss it later. I can tell by the Twitch count, I think we've only got us watching now. I think there's only
Yeah.
us four. But in the case that I put it up on YouTube, thank you everyone for watching, for coming along with our shambles that it is. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in another 2 weeks.
Yay!
Bye everyone!
Yay.
Bye!
Bye.
Baking